That's your In Business Today. I'm Abha Bakaya. Here are the headlines tonight. Co-founders of WazirX's, one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the country, reportedly shift base to Dubai. Offices still operate out of India. Is it the first big impact of government crackdown on crypto trade? No let-up in the scrutiny on crypto trade, says Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman at an IMF event. Says taxation was important to ensure cryptos were not being used for money laundering or terror financing. Crypto exchange CoinDCX raises 1,000 crore rupees, is now the largest crypto company in India with a valuation of more than $2 billion. Late sell-off on Dalal Street takes Nifty below 17,000 for the first time in a month. Sensex falls for the fifth straight day, down 700 points, dragged by IT, FMCG, power and realty. Government is revising testing norms for EVs after multiple incidents of fire. Fresh standards soon for battery and quality control. It's a Business Today TV exclusive. IMF warns of Russia-Ukraine crisis impact on inflation, says Ukraine war pushing inflation higher globally, slashes global growth forecast to 3.6% this year. Also chimes in the duration of the impact will last much longer than previously expected. Let's start with the Big Business Today exclusive tonight. Nischal Shetty and Siddharth Menon, co-founders of crypto exchange WazirX's, have shifted their base to Dubai. The big development comes after the government imposed its 30% tax on gains from crypto and a 1% TDS on trades in this year's budget. The move has led to significant drag in trading volumes across Indian crypto asset exchanges. Though its co-founders have moved to Dubai, WazirX's still has its offices in Mumbai and Bengaluru. Let's head across to Bisma Malik for more details. Bisma, why have WazirX's co-founders left India for Dubai?
So, Abha, you're right. According to our knowledge, WazirX's co-founders Siddharth Menon and Nischal Shetty both have left for Dubai. This development has happened in the month of March when the co-founders left for Dubai, and when Dubai was a hotspot, had turned into a hotspot for crypto and Web3 startup ecosystem, and a lot of influencers, crypto investors as well as influencers flocked to the UAE for several events which were happening across the cryptocurrency ecosystem. This also comes at a time when the Dubai government has introduced a regulatory framework for regulating the cryptocurrency transactions, and Dubai is being called a new hotspot by the crypto influencers as well as innovators all over the world. This could also be one of the reasons why WazirX's CEO as well as co-founder have left for Dubai recently.
All right, Bisma, thanks for joining us with that exclusive report on the WazirX's co-founders. Now, in some of her strongest words yet, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said that crypto assets have been taxed not only to track their trades, but also to ensure they're not being used for money laundering and terror financing. The Finance Minister was speaking at an IMF event in Washington, D.C. Listen in.
Essentially, by taxing, we were trying to make sure that we are keeping a trail and also making sure these are going to be eventually compliant with anti-money laundering rules and making sure that these kind of operations don't end up inadvertently to funding any kind of terror activities. So we wanted to be sure when there was no regulation happening, these activities which were becoming now fairly extensive are kept an eye on, and there should be a financial implication on them and therefore the tax. It wasn't as if we have legitimized them. We haven't said that this is currency. We haven't said that this has intrinsic value, but certain operations are taxable for the sovereign, and that is why we've done this.
Markets remained in the bear grip for a fifth straight day. Post a 1,000-point crash yesterday, Sensex again declined over 700 points today after a sudden sell-off during the fag end of the session. Nifty shut shop below 17,000 for the first time in a month. Nifty has declined over 4.5% in just the last 5 days. Weakness in the European markets amid rising tensions between Russia and Ukraine weighed on market sentiment. Expectations of a rate hike from the Fed also continued to add to jitters. Intense selling in the HDFC twins for the past 9 days has led to investors losing 2.6 lakh crores and has knocked HDFC out of the MCAP list of top 10 companies in India. Infosys too continued to fall for a second straight day post a dismal Q4 set of earnings. Blue chips have been on a steady decline, with SBI Life, Tata Consumer and ITC being some of the other top laggards in trade today. Even the broader market cracked, with the Nifty mid and small caps declining over 2% into Tuesday's session. Paytm, which has been on a continuous decline since the day of listing, saw some up move coming in. The stock, which is down 65% since the day of its listing, rallied nearly 4% in trade. The shares of the fintech major were up after global brokerage firm Citigroup initiated a buy rating on the stock. According to Citigroup, concerns around Paytm are too pessimistic, and at the current market price, Paytm's valuations look attractive. Citi noted that the stock has declined in sync with global fintech derating in the last 6 months. Citi has set a target price of 910 rupees for the stock. More importantly, it adds that the company can upscale and look at profitability as well. With recent instances of electric two-wheeler fires causing concern, the centre is in the process of revising norms for electric two-wheeler batteries. Sources say the new norms are likely to focus on ensuring higher production, cell and battery storage and recharging standards. Let's head across to Chetan Bhutani for more details. Chetan, what's the government planning to do as far as the electric two-wheeler batteries are concerned?
Well, Abha, the testing norms for batteries, the battery management system and the cells are soon to be revised. My high-level government sources have confirmed to Business Today TV that the cells, especially which form a crucial component of a battery, and reports initially suggesting that these are the cells which could cross a certain threshold of temperature are indeed the ones catching fire. But yes, a further confirmation report is still pending from the investigative agencies. Also, we are expecting stricter quality control norms for cells and batteries. Remember, the battery management system is at the cusp or in the heart of the entire electric vehicle ecosystem. Also, the government is not thinking of issuing a recall as of now, although it's empowered under the Central Motor Vehicle Rules to issue a suo motu recall. However, Giridhar Aramane, the Secretary of Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, had earlier told Business Today TV that certain steps would definitely be ensured and announced by the government in days to come. Ola, Jitendra EV, Okinawa, Pure Electric are some of the companies who have been facing the flag for the scooters catching fire. So in times to come, we can expect that these quality control norms and stricter charging norms and battery cells norms could be put in picture.
All right, Chetan, thanks for bringing us that story. SpiceJet CMD Ajay Singh talking about the rising demand for travel, reducing excise on ATF prices and the floor price for tickets. Here's that exclusive conversation.
People are shifting from train travel to air travel. Of course, what remains of concern is the fuel price. While nobody can help what's happening between Russia and Ukraine, we hope that the oil price can come down. It's at $110. It needs to come down so that fares can be lowered, the demand can be stimulated, and great growth can happen, which we know there's great potential for that to happen. But we need to get the economics right. At the same time, I think we have requested the government to look at excise duty on aviation turbine fuel. Because what happens is that it's set at a percentage, 11%. So every time the fuel price goes up, the government actually gets much more money. And the aviation industry loses much more money as a consequence. So we need to find a solution. We need to get ATF under GST. It's incredibly important.
After mobile data prices, Reliance Jio now goes for the jugular in India's DTH entertainment sector with free internet router and set-top box. And if you're an existing postpaid user, you can now get access to 550 plus TV channels and 14 OTT apps at 100 rupees extra over the existing 399 rupee pack. The 14 apps will include the likes of Disney Plus, Hotstar, Z5, Sony Live, Voot, Discovery Plus. The new plan will be made available to users from Friday, 22nd of April. If lemon and petrol prices were the only shockers for you in 2022, we have a new commodity in the market which was auctioned at a whopping 11.7 lakh rupees. It's the 1 kilo batch of hand-finished green tea. Yes, you heard it right. A batch of Japanese green tea leaves has fetched a record 1.96 million yen, approximately $15,294 at an auction in Japan. Grown in the Shizuoka prefecture of Japan, these precious semi-dory leaves are the most famous quality green tea. It was the crop season's inaugural auction, where the tea was auctioned at an approximate price of $15,295. A cup of tea with 2 spoons of semi-dory leaves would be priced at $31 or 2,373 rupees. Meanwhile, an average cup of green tea cost less than 8 cents in 2020. Before this, the record for most expensive tea sold in Japan stood at 1.08 million yen. Let's take a very quick break. We'll be back with more on the other side.
You have the lightning, you have the TikTok music, you have snacks, you have all the things we like. You don't have like 90s the 90s era or 80s era. You have the 2020 era, and I think that's good.
It is a big part of our society today, so why not try to make it more creative? I mean, here you find a place for children. Maybe all children aren't interested in going to a museum of history or art, but this is a place where they can come to like a museum-like space at least and be creative. Here you can take cool pictures, create cool content for like your Instagram or your Facebook, or if you do TikToks, it's the perfect place to do TikToks.
When it's the world's biggest news story, there's only one gold standard of journalism.
मैं घोड़े बेच के सो रहा हूँ.
You absorb more. शायद absorb more.
मुझे खुद नहीं पता मैं क्या करने वाला हूँ.
Mr. Casanova.
5 नाम आ चुके हैं इसके बारे में. बोलो नहीं.
When he's also like, you know.
का क्या मतलब?
This is a competition between the both of you.
I hate you.
Already.
Competition. झूठी है तू.
क्योंकि ऐसे लोग ऐसे लोगों के साथ ऐसे ही करना चाहिए.
You know? झूठ नहीं बोलता.
I was like around people and I was just introducing myself to someone.
I was like, what do you like?
Introducing, I went like hi and I was wearing heels and I was like hi and I just tripped and I was like shit, I'm so embarrassed.
Women are always complaining about it. Hey, you know मेरे को shoe bite होगी. God, it's so tall. My back is paining, but पहनना जरूरी है ना, है ना?
Welcome back. You're with us here on Business Today. Crypto exchange CoinDCX has become the most valuable crypto company in the country after its latest fundraising round. The exchange raised 1,000 crore rupees in Series D funding, valuing it at $2.15 billion. The funding round was led by Pantera and SteadView and saw several other companies, including some previous investors, put their money in CoinDCX. I was able to catch up with CoinDCX co-founder and CEO Sumit Gupta just when the news broke. Let's listen into an excerpt of that conversation. We last spoke on fundraising barely, middle of last year when you already made headlines for being the crypto exchange to reach $1 billion valuation. Now, where is this pegged at?
Yes, thank you for having me here, Abha. This round was around $136 million, roughly 1,038 crore rupees. And the valuation for this round is $2.15 billion. And what's exciting here is that last year when we raised the round of $90 million, we were the India's first crypto unicorn. Exactly. And at the moment, we are India's most valuable crypto company as well. So, and the kind of, investors that have participated in this round, that's quite, promising. And we're very happy to partner with them.
Are these existing investors and new investors, combination? Take us through that, Sumit.
Sure, absolutely, Abha. This is a combination of both new as well as investors. All our existing investors have also doubled down on the on the company. Plus, there has been participation from top global funds like Pantera Capital, which is world's largest crypto hedge fund, very deep into crypto, operating in this space for almost 8 years now. SteadView Capital also participated, again a top global tech hedge fund. So with names coming like this, I think this is a huge value addition to the company as well. And all our existing investors as well as the investors are very bullish on CoinDCX and our strategy and overall Indian crypto market in the long term.
And how does this now affect the breakup when it comes to stake in the company, Sumit, as founders for you and Neeraj?
So, Abha, we still hold more than 1/3 of the company,
okay, right?
And given generally we have seen companies diluting a lot more. I think we are fairly healthy, from that perspective. And I think this is a business where which does not require a lot of capital because the margins are high. But largely for us, the intent is to work with the best partners, best investors, which will help us grow and nurture the ecosystem. And then will help bring India at the forefront of crypto and Web3 revolution. So I think it's very important for us to get their expertise, their knowledge, so that we can march with the right strategy in place. So
Sumit, the timing of this, I mean, we all know that the buzz around crypto hasn't really died down at all. But the regulators, after they have announced a series of things from the tax on crypto, the TDS, talking about how they're going to review whether or not it's an asset, how it can be used, etc. Are you surprised? And I shouldn't be asking you if you're surprised, but we are definitely surprised that the industry is still growing from strength to strength at a time like this. Break it down for us in terms of what is the kind of opportunity you see, the fact that you're able to attract investors of this scale. Clearly, there's a plan.
No, absolutely. This is a very, very important point you've raised, Abha. I think this is this round is very special to us as a company because of the timing as well, exactly. Right? So this shows that how investors like global investors who understand the space to the core, how they're still bullish about India as a crypto market. I believe India is going to be one of the most exciting markets for crypto adoption globally, right? And if there's one country, where I'm bullish about the upcoming new Web3 use cases, about new technology solutions being built, I think that's India, okay, right? And even though regulations will continue to be a challenge in this space, especially the kind of breakthrough innovation we are seeing in this space. I think regulation will remain a challenge in the short term. But our approach to solving this is the long term. So we want to build long term for India market, and we have strong conviction that India will emerge out as a leader in the years to come with respect to crypto and Web3 technologies. Okay. And our investors, our partners, believe in this mission from a long term perspective, and that's the reason why they have chosen to partner with a market leader like CoinDCX.
Got it. So tell us about the allocation of funds, what you're looking to deploy them in. Are you going to be hiring more? Are you looking at deepening tech from a knowledge point of view, or other products that you're looking to offer?
Sure. So, I think there are a few things that we have carved aside here where the capital will be deployed. I think fundamentally we would want to continue to support the growth of crypto and Web3 ecosystem in the country, right? We have been doing that for almost 4 years now. We have continued to invest, side capital for crypto education. Now we'll be doing a lot of product innovation as well, and focusing a lot more on the compliance, right? So education, product innovation, and compliance will continue to remain as the key pillar for our strategy. That's the first thing. Second thing is we'll continue to build offerings for Indian customers to keep customer protection and education at the core. So you will see us bringing a lot of educational components in the product, right? You will see us launching products which are focused around disciplined investing. We have already launched a crypto investment plan as a product, where people can do disciplined investing into crypto. So we'll keep doing more of that. Then the third plan is also, we'll continue to double down on the growth of ecosystem. So there's also a plan to launch an innovation center which will help further drive crypto and Web3 adoption in India, and also support the Web3 entrepreneurs. So we already have built a lot of infrastructure in place, which is very expensive for a new company to build. And so how can we contribute to the growth of ecosystem by leveraging whatever we have already built, the infrastructure, the APIs that we have built? How can existing the new Web3 entrepreneurs can leverage our existing infrastructure so that they can fast track their growth? So that's something that we are very bullish about. And as you rightly mentioned, we are continuously focusing on ramping up our team. We are more than 400 people right now. The plan is to triple the talent pool, the headcount to more than 1,000 people by the end of this year. And this does not limit it to specific functions, but across the board at all levels, senior, mid-senior, junior, across engineering, product, compliance, all the, functions. We are aggressively ramping up the team, especially in a market like India. I think this is a great sign, where the traditional market is sort of stagnant. Capital is not very easily accessible, but in crypto we are, still growing. We want to ramp up, the team. We want to do a lot of product innovation, ramp up our engineering so that we can come up with a lot of innovative products in the months to come.
Talking about ramping up, what's your user base like now, Sumit, and what's the kind of growth scenario that you're factoring in? And are you looking at this particularly post the fundraise from a 2-year standpoint, 3 years? What's the kind of runway that you're looking at?
Sure. So currently we stand at more than 1.25 crore verified accounts, right? That's 12.5 million plus users, verified users. So that's where we are at. The number is increasing day by day, month by month. The rate of growth, right? We've grown phenomenally in the last 12 months, grown anywhere between 20x to 100x, depending upon which metric you look at. I think the large contributor to that growth will be clarity from the regulatory side. I think this number can easily touch 100 million the moment we get a green signal from the government side, when there are clearly laid out regulations, when there are, no confusions right now. Still, there are a lot of, ups and downs in terms of, the regulatory certainty. But as soon as we get some, clarity on that, I think this number can easily touch 100 million in the years to come. So we are aiming for that.
1,000 crores in the latest fundraise, taking the valuation to $2.15 billion. That's Sumit Gupta of CoinDCX on the latest round. Thanks so much for joining us. And that's where we leave it on the show today. Thanks so much for watching.
EBIX कैश हर खुशी के लिए काफी है।
D'abord libérer la sécurité du gaz, donc ça veut dire qu'à partir de là le gaz il peut circuler de la bouteille jusqu'à la machine. Ça va allumer la THT, c'est ce qui va faire des étincelles. On peut assimiler ça à ce qu'il y a dans tout.